Hey there, welcome to the Late Gamer channel. This is the beginning of a interesting new, for us, adventure in an old game. I will be doing a Nuzlocke challenge run in the Pokemon Blue version game. Now, if you aren't too familiar with what that is, I'll lay down the rules right now. And I'll probably forget something that I'll end up mentioning in a future episode. But put simply, in a Nuzlocke challenge, you are only allowed to catch the first Pokemon that you encounter in any new area. And when a Pokemon faints, that's it. It's done. It's gone. You're releasing it. You don't get to use it anymore. Um, Things that I'm planning on doing just to keep our run a little bit unique are going to be no duplicates. So even though there are only 150 Pokemon in this version, we're trying to avoid catching the same species twice. So if I catch a Pidgey on Route 1 as my first encounter, and then I go to Route 2, and the first thing that we see again is a Pidgey, we're not going to catch that. We're going to instead move on and catch something different. But we're going to have clauses to the rules. So if I catch a Pidgey on Route 1, and then it dies along the way, if our first encounter on a route after that point ends up being a Pidgey again, then it's fair game, because it's not like it's being represented in our team anymore. And that's pretty much it. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Welcome to the world of Pokemon. I know it, you know it. I'm not unfamiliar with the Pokemon franchise, so even though the channel is the late gamer because I'm getting to things late, I know a bit of Pokemon. What I won't say though is that I'm good at Pokemon. It is something I enjoy though. Alright, and here we go. Naming time. I'm going to go ahead and name myself Sol. Sol is the name I use in everything. It's the name I will use whenever possible going forward. If you want to address me in the comments or anything, feel free to call me Sol. Yep, that's our name. And here's our boy, our rival, Fastbud. Alright, here we go. A world of dreams and adventures with Pokemon awaits. Let's go. Alright, let's get going. Check these graphics out, huh? Anybody else find it suspicious that he chose to appear beside our house? I don't know, kind of suspicious. Maybe I should ask Mom about it. And we're off to make our first friend. Gramps, I'm fed up with waiting. Bud? Let me think. Oh, that's right. I told you to come. Just wait. Here, Sol. There are 3 Pokemon here. They're inside the Pokeballs. When I was young, I was a serious Pokemon trainer. In my old age, I only have 3 left. But you can have one. Choose. Hey, Gramps. What about me? Be patient. Bud, you can have one too. You see, they were corroborating with each other behind the scenes. I pick first so that Bud gets the one that beats mine. Alright, we got Charmander. Obviously prefers hot places. When it rains, steam is said to spout from the tip of its tail. So you want the fire Pokemon Charmander? Nah, I already had a Pokemon pick in mind when I started when I decided that I would start this challenge. Squirtle. After birth, its back swells and hardens into a shell, powerfully sprays foam from its mouth. So, you want the water Pokemon Squirtle? Nope! This is the guy I want. Bulbasaur. A strange seed was planted on its back at birth. The plant sprouts and grows with this Pokemon. So, you want the plant Pokemon Bulbasaur? Hell yeah! This Pokemon is really energetic. Alright. Do you want to give a nickname to Bulbasaur? Yeah! Well, I'm not sure if it'll fit. I don't know how many of you guys have watched the first Pokemon movie, but there was a guy who had one, and he called his Brute Root. And look at that. What did I say? We pick the grass one, and Assbutt goes and picks the fire one. If a wild Pokemon appears, your Pokemon can fight against it. My Pokemon looks a lot stronger. Huh. Wait, Sol. Let's check out your Pokemon. Come on, I'll take you on. Alright, first battle. So like I said at the beginning, when a Pokemon gets knocked out, you can't use it anymore. But because this is the first fight, and you're kind of forced into it and we're not sure how it's gonna go, we're gonna say that this fight doesn't count if I lose. We're off to a good start. We got in our first hit, while he wasted time doing a growl which failed. But he's faster than us. So let's see. Oh boy. Assbutt's feeling generous today. Why did he stop attacking? Alright, first win. Down. What? Unbelievable. I picked the wrong Pokemon. Even though he went second and picked to his advantage. Okay. I'll make my Pokemon fight to toughen it up. Sol, Gramps, smell you later. I feel like the responsible thing to do, as a child who just received a powerful monster, is tell our mom about it. Sol, you should take a quick rest. Oh good, you and your Pokemon are looking great. Take care now. Hi, I work at a Pokemon Mart. It's a convenient shop, so please visit us in Viridian City. I know. I'll give you a sample. Here you go. Nice. More potions. An essential item for keeping our Pokemon alive. Alright, so we don't have any Pokeballs yet, so we can't catch anything. And for that reason, we're not going to say that any of these encounters will count towards our one and done. But that isn't going to stop me from beating it up. I don't know what this guy has to say. See those ledges along the road? It's a bit scary, but you can jump from them. You can get back to Pallet Town quicker that way. Thanks for the tip. Might actually take advantage of that. This is dangerous. I'm only level 6, and it's level 5. I'm gonna hit it once and see how it goes, and if it doesn't go well, I'm gonna run. Oh, well, he's faster than us. That's already bad. Yeah, not today. Oh, can't escape. pray. How are we already facing such a big dilemma? Oh my god. That Pidgey was merciful. He saw that we wanted to flee, so he stopped attacking. His order came in. Will you take it to him? Soul God Oak's parcel. What? You have something for me. We're gonna deliver the parcel that we just magically knew to go get from Viridian City. You know, no big deal. Rattata, another potential friend when we get some Pokeballs. I was just double checking to see if I actually didn't have any. Damn, Brute Root is just cruising. Leech Seed, alright, so in the first generation of Pokemon games, let's just say the script, the coding wasn't the best, and there are a lot of weird interactions that take place, and one of them involves the move Leech Seed. What Leech Seed does is you plant it on the opponent's Pokemon, and it gives you some life back every turn. I think it's like a 16th or a 3/16 or something, like it's a small fraction of health. There's another move called Toxic, and what that does is it poisons the opponent's Pokemon, and the poison deals progressively more damage each turn. If you put Leech Seed and Toxic on a Pokemon, Leech Seed also starts healing more every turn, which means that you're getting back more life every turn that it continues, and that's one of the biggest reasons why I decided to pick Bulbasaur, because I wanted to see that in action for myself. Theoretically, we'd never die. That's the dream anyway. Now that we can actually buy some balls, let's buy 5 for now. And we'll head straight back to the first route and find our friend. You ready?